Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to our next chemistry class. I hope you all are fine. Yes, very good. Last class we have discussed about some basic concept of chemistry, and at the same time some topics in chemical calculations lesson also we have discussed. I think you have learned, I think. Okay, next we are going to discuss about atomic mass. Okay, the whole atom's mass is determined by its nucleus. Okay, but atom is what? It's the smallest particle, so it is too small. Its diameter is 10 to the power minus 10 meter only. So not possible to measure directly the what? Directly not possible. The mass of the atom measurement is nothing but okay. So for that only, okay, so it is nothing but proposed to have a relative scale based on the standard atom. Okay, that standard atom is considered as nothing but carbon atom. It is considered by IUPAC. What is IUPAC abbreviation? You have learned in 10th standard. International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Okay, understand? So what it's saying, its mass is fixed as 12 AMU. Like that way IUPAC is saying. AMU, what is AMU? This also you have learned already in 10th standard. Atomic mass unit, or we can say what is that? Unified atomic mass. Its symbol is nothing but unified atomic mass symbol is nothing but U, small u. Understood? So what is meant by unified atomic mass or atomic mass unit? Unified atomic mass or atomic mass unit is nothing but 1/12 of the mass of a carbon. 1/12 of the mass of a carbon 12 atom in its ground state. Okay, understand? That is nothing but mass of 1/12 mass of carbon atom, 12 carbon atom. Okay, so 1 AMU or unified atomic mass value is equal to 1.6605 into 10 to the power minus 27 kilogram. Okay, so what is meant by relative atomic mass? Relative atomic mass or RAM, relative atomic mass. Based on this scale, it is defined as the ratio of average atomic mass to the unified atomic mass unit. To the unified atomic mass unit. Relative atomic mass. Relative means we are comparing average atomic mass of the atom. We are comparing with unified atomic mass, that is called as a relative atomic mass. So relative atomic mass of any atom or a substance is equal to average atomic mass of that atom divided by unified atomic mass. So the definition how we can say means relative atomic mass is defined as the ratio of average atomic mass of the atom to the unified atomic mass unit. Understood? Example if you take means relative atomic mass of hydrogen. How we can calculate? That is nothing but equal to relative atomic mass of hydrogen is equal to average atomic mass of hydrogen atom in kilogram divided by unified atomic mass value. What is that? 1.6605 into 10 to the power minus 27 kilogram. How we can find out average atomic mass? Average atomic mass is equal to sum of masses of its isotopes each multiplied by its natural abundance. Average atomic mass is equal to sum of masses of its isotopes. That is nothing but if you want to find out average atomic mass of one atom, that atom's masses of isotopes, that is nothing but the sum of masses of that atom's isotopes each multiplied, that each isotopes multiplied, each masses of isotopes multiplied by its natural abundance, by its natural abundance. Example, average atomic mass of hydrogen atom. We are going to calculate. See, isotope, there are two isotopes we are taking. H1 and H2 are the two isotopes of hydrogen. And what is the percentage of natural abundance? How it is occur? How much percentage it is occurs in natural abundance? H1 is 99.985. H2 is 0.015. And what is the molar mass of H1? 1. And what is the molar mass of H2? 2. So average atomic mass is equal to, understood or not? Okay, mass of the first isotope plus mass of the second isotope divided by 2. That is nothing but which will be equal to percentage of natural abundance of hydrogen atom into molar mass of hydrogen. Nothing but percentage of natural abundance of H1 into molar mass of H1 plus percentage of natural abundance of what? H2 isotope into molar mass of H2 isotope divided by 100. This only calculation, like this way only we have to calculate. Okay, so what is the natural percentage of natural abundance of H1? 99.985. What is the molar mass of H1? 1 plus what is the percentage of natural abundance of H2? 0.015 into what is the molar mass of nothing but H2? 2. So into 2 divided by 100. So 99.985 plus 0.030 divided by 100. So which will be equal to 100.015 divided by 100, which will be equal to what is that? 1.00015 atomic mass unit or unified atomic mass. Understood? Nothing but what is that? 1.00015 into what is the value of unified atomic mass? 1.6605 into 10 to the power minus 27 kilograms. So these two will be multiplied by, means you will get the, what is that? Nothing but average atomic mass of hydrogen. Understood or not? Okay, in atomic mass unit. Okay, after finding average atomic mass of hydrogen atom, we have to find out the relative atomic mass of hydrogen. So relative atomic mass of hydrogen is equal to average mass of hydrogen atom in kilogram divided by 1.6605 into 10 to the power minus 27 kilogram. So what is average mass of hydrogen atom? 1.6736 into 10 to the power minus 27 kilogram divided by 1.6605 into 10 to the power minus 27 kilogram. So which will be equal to 10 to the power minus 27 kilogram, 10 to the power minus 27 kilogram and all will be cancelled. So 1.6736 divided by 1.6605, which will be equal to 1.0078 or 1.008 U, that is nothing but atomic mass unit. Like this way we can calculate the average atomic mass of chlorine also. For example, chlorine consists of two naturally occurring isotopes. One is Cl1735 and another one is Cl1737 in the ratio of 77:23. So the average relative atomic mass of chlorine is equal to 35 into 77 plus 37 into 23 divided by 100. So which will be equal to 35.46 unified atomic mass unit. Okay, next, molecular mass. Similar to relative atomic mass, relative molecular mass is defined as the ratio of mass of a molecule to the unified atomic mass unit. Relative molecular mass of any compound can be calculated by adding the relative atomic masses of its constituent atoms. Relative molecular mass of any compound is calculated by adding the relative atomic masses of its constituent atoms. Example, relative molecular mass of hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen molecule means how you will write H2. In H2, how many hydrogen atoms are there? 2 hydrogen atoms are there. One hydrogen atom relative atomic mass is what? Before this we have discussed 1.008 unified atomic mass. But in hydrogen molecule, if you want to find out relative molecular mass of hydrogen molecule, in hydrogen molecule 2 hydrogen atoms are present. So 2 into 1.008 U, which will be equal to 2.016 U. Okay, the next thing we are going to discuss is mole concept. What is that? Mole concept. This you have learned already in 10th standard. What is meant by mole, or what is the definition for mole you have discussed in 10th standard? 1 mole, or otherwise mole, is defined as the amount of the substance which contain as many as elementary particles as there are atoms in 12 gram of carbon 12 isotope. Elementary particles means it can be molecules, atoms, ions or electrons or any other specified smallest particle. Understood? So what is meant by mole? Amount. Mole is nothing but in inorganic chemistry, amount of the substance is expressed what unit? Mole. So what is the definition for mole? In inorganic chemistry, amount of the substance is expressed in terms of mole. Unit mole. For amount of the substance, unit is mole in inorganic chemistry. So mole is defined as the amount of the substance which contain as many as specified elementary particles. Okay, elementary particles as there are atom in carbon 12 isotope. That is nothing but 12 gram of carbon 12 isotope. The elementary particles may be molecules, atoms, ions, electrons or any other particles. Understood? Another one definition also we can say for mole. Mole is defined as the amount of the substance that contain Avogadro number of particles. Amount of the substance which contain Avogadro number of particles. One definition is nothing but already you have discussed in 10th standard. Mole is defined as the amount of the substance which contain as many as elementary specified elementary particles there are in atoms in carbon 12 isotope. 12 gram of carbon 12 isotope. Another definition for mole is nothing but mole is defined as the amount of the substance that contain Avogadro number of particles. Example, 1 mole of oxygen atom is equal to 1. Oxygen atom means 1. 1 into what is that? 1 into okay, 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 atom of oxygen. Atom of oxygen. Another example, 1 mole of oxygen molecule. How we can write oxygen molecule symbol? O2. So 1 mole of oxygen molecule is equal to, understood? Okay, 2 into Avogadro number of particles. Nothing but 2 into 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. Understood? So like this way we can calculate. Next one, Avogadro number. Avogadro number. Understood? This Avogadro number is named after the Italian physicist Amedeo Avogadro. Amedeo Avogadro. This Italian physicist Amedeo Avogadro only proposed that Avogadro's law or hypothesis what you have learned already in 10th standard. Last year you have learned what is Avogadro's law or Avogadro's hypothesis. Nothing but what is Avogadro's law or Avogadro's hypothesis denotes equal volume of all gases under the same condition of temperature and pressure which contain equal number of molecules. This is what Avogadro's hypothesis. Okay, so what is Avogadro number? This Amedeo Avogadro only gave Avogadro number. So Avogadro number is defined as the total number of atoms or entities. Total number of atoms or entities present in 1 mole of any substance is called as an Avogadro number. Is called as an Avogadro number. What is the value of Avogadro number? In new syllabus they have given, that is nothing but already you have learnt in 10th standard 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. Now 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. More or less same only. Okay. So what is the value of Avogadro number? 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. Okay, understood ma? So what is Avogadro's law or hypothesis? Equal volume of all gases under the condition of same pressure and temperature. It contains equal number of molecules. Okay, next one we are going to discuss about molar mass. Okay, what is meant by molar mass? Molar mass is defined as the mass of 1 mole of a substance. Mass of 1 mole of a substance. Understood? Or we can also calculate molar mass of a compound is equal to the sum of the relative atomic masses of its constituent atoms or ions. That should be expressed in gram per mole. In gram per mole. It should be in terms of what? Gram per mole. So G mole inverse 1. Examples. Relative atomic mass of one hydrogen atom is equal to 1.008 U unified atomic mass. Molar mass of hydrogen atom, how we can write? Same value only 1.008, but that should be expressed in gram per mole. So relative molecular mass of glucose. If you take glucose, what is the formula for glucose? C6H12O6. In glucose, how many number of carbon atoms? 6 carbon atom. How many hydrogen atom? 12 hydrogen atom. How many oxygen atom? 6 oxygen atom. So what is the atomic mass of carbon? 12. What is the atomic mass of hydrogen? 1.008. What is the atomic mass of oxygen? 16. So 6 into 12 plus 12 into 1 plus 6 into 16. If we multiply and sum up these values means you will get 180. So what is the relative molecular mass of glucose? 180 U unified atomic mass. But what is the molar mass of glucose? Molar mass of glucose is expressed in terms of gram per mole, because what is defined? What is the definition for molar mass? Mass of 1 mole of a substance. Mass of 1 mole of a substance. So it should be expressed in terms of mole. Understood? So what is the molar mass of glucose? 180 gram per mole. 180 gram per mole. Understood? No? Okay. The next topic we are going to discuss is molar volume. What is meant by molar volume? You have learned already in 10th standard. Understand? So nothing but volume occupied by. Molar volume is defined as, what is the definition for molar volume? Volume occupied by 1 mole of any substance in the gaseous state, or we can say volume occupied by 1 mole of gaseous substance at a given temperature and pressure is called as in molar volume. What is meant by molar volume? Volume occupied by 1 mole of any substance in gaseous state Or we can say volume occupied by 1 mole of any gaseous substance at a given temperature and pressure is called molar volume. So they are given in your book molar volume under 273 Kelvin. That is nothing but volume occupied by 1 mole of any gaseous substance in liter. How we can express the means, one is condition 273 Kelvin and 1 bar pressure. 1 bar pressure means 1 lakh pascals. That should be converted into liter means 22 point, what is that no? 22.7 liter. Understood? Okay, this we can say as STP, standard temperature and pressure. Same 273 Kelvin, but instead of 1 bar pressure, 1 atmospheric pressure, it is nothing but standard atmospheric temperature and pressure. So now its value is nothing but 22.4 liter. Now next one is at room temperature. What is the meaning for room temperature? Means 25 degrees Celsius. 25 degrees Celsius should be converted into Kelvin, means it will become 298 Kelvin. So 298 Kelvin and 1 atmospheric pressure. 1 atmospheric pressure, molar volume of any gas is equal to 24.5 liter. So at STP 22.7 liter, SATP, that is nothing but standard atmospheric temperature and pressure. What is the molar volume of any gas? 22.4 liter. And at 298 Kelvin, that is nothing but room temperature 25 degree Celsius. How we will convert degree Celsius into Kelvin? Degree Celsius value plus 273 equal to what? Kelvin. Understood? So 25 plus 273, which will be equal to 298 Kelvin and 1 atmospheric pressure. What is the value? Molar volume value? Nothing but 24.5 liter. 24.5 liter. Okay. Next one, gram equivalent mass. Similar to mole concept, gram equivalent concept is also widely used in chemistry, especially in analytical chemistry. Understood? So what is the definition for gram equivalent mass? Gram equivalent mass is defined as the number of parts of mass of an element or a compound or ion that combines or displaces 1.008 gram of hydrogen or 8 gram of oxygen or 35.5 gram of chlorine. Gram equivalent mass is defined as the number of parts of a mass of an element or a compound or ion that may be combines or that may be displaces 1.008 gram of hydrogen or 8 gram of oxygen or 35.5 gram of chlorine. Understood? Okay. This is the definition for gram equivalent mass. This gram equivalent mass of any compound or an element or an ion may be calculated by 3 methods. Actually, what are the 3 methods? Means one is hydrogen displacement method, another one is oxide method, and the third one is chloride method. If it is hydrogen displacement method, means it should be multiplied by atomic mass of hydrogen 1.008, that is equivalent mass. If it is oxide, how oxide formation is nothing but that equivalent mass of an element we want to find out, no, that element, understood, combine with oxygen and it will form oxide. That time how we can calculate the gram equivalent mass of an element or a compound or an ion? By oxide method. Chloride method means formation of chloride. So by that time how we can calculate the gram equivalent mass of an element or a compound or an ion? So the definition for gram equivalent mass of an atom or an ion or a compound is nothing but that combines or displaces 1.008 gram of hydrogen or 8 gram of oxygen or 35.5 gram of chlorine. Consider one equation. Example, one equation they have given. Zinc react with sulfuric acid. What is the symbol for zinc? Zn. With sulfuric acid. What is the formula for sulfuric acid? You know, H2SO4. What is the formula for sulfuric acid? H2SO4. So zinc combined with sulfuric acid, zinc will go and displace hydrogen from sulfuric acid and it forms zinc sulfate. Understood? Example, we can take this one. Now, if we want to calculate the gram equivalent mass of zinc, means how we can calculate means nothing but mass of the zinc divided by mass of hydrogen. That is nothing but what they are saying, hydrogen displaced. Understood? H2 displaced. Understood? Into 1.008. Okay, so in this reaction, 1 mole of zinc, that is nothing but what is the mass? 65.38 gram displaces 1 mole of hydrogen molecule. What is the 1 mole of hydrogen molecule weight? 2.016 gram. So mass of zinc required to replace or displace 1.008 gram of hydrogen is. Okay, so 65.38 divided by 2.016 into 1.008. So if we cancel, that is simplify it, means you will get the answer is 32.69 gram equivalent, gram per equivalent. So this is nothing but one gram equivalent mass of zinc. Understood or not? The next topic we are going to discuss is how we can find out the gram equivalent mass of an acid, gram equivalent mass of a base and gram equivalent mass of a oxidizing agent. Okay, before going to discuss how to find out the gram equivalent mass of an acid, base and oxidizing agent, we should know what is meant by acidity and what is meant by basicity. This you have learned already in 10th standard chemical reaction lesson. What is meant by basicity and what is meant by acidity, what is meant by monobasic acid, dibasic acid, more than 2 means polybasic acid. So this and all you have learned already in 10th standard. Again one more time I will explain what is meant by acidity and what is meant by basicity. For a base, we should find out acidity. For an acid, we should find out basicity. Understood or not what I am saying? For a base, you should find out acidity. And for an acid, you should find out the basicity. Then what is meant by basicity? What is meant by acidity? That we have to know. Understood? What is meant by basicity? What is meant by acid and base? Already we have discussed in the previous class. Okay, what we have discussed, acid means H plus ion, base means OH minus ion. So for acid we want to find out basicity, for base we want to find out acidity. Then what is meant by acidity and what is meant by basicity? Okay, basicity is defined as the number of replaceable H plus ions present in that acid. What is meant by basicity, ma? Nothing but number of replaceable, that hydrogen atom should be replaceable by another one atom. Understood? So that time, that like how many H plus ions are present in that acid, that number of H plus number is called as an basicity. Example, if you take hydrochloric acid, what is the formula for hydrochloric acid? HCl. What is the formula for hydrochloric acid? HCl. Understood? In HCl, how many hydrogen atoms are there? Only one hydrogen atom are there. That one hydrogen is a replaceable hydrogen atom. So what is the basicity? So what is the basicity of hydrochloric acid? 1. What is meant by now basicity? Understood or not? What is meant by basicity? Number of replaceable H plus ion present in that acid is called as an basicity. In hydrochloric acid HCl, only one H plus ion is present. So how we can say basicity of hydrochloric acid? 1. What is the formula for sulfuric acid? H2SO4. So what is the basicity of sulfuric acid? 2. Because two atoms of hydrogen are present in sulfuric acid, the two atoms also replaceable. Understand not what I am saying? So what is the basicity of sulfuric acid? 2. But you know what is meant by what is the formula for acetic acid? You know, already you have learnt in lower classes. Acetic acid formula is CH3COOH. What is the formula for acetic acid? CH3COOH. CH3 bond COOH. Here totally 4 hydrogen atoms are there. In COOH group 1 hydrogen atom, and with the carbon 3 hydrogen atoms are there. All the hydrogen atoms are not replaceable hydrogen atom, even though acetic acid can have 4 hydrogen atom. Okay, even though only one hydrogen atom is a replaceable hydrogen atom. So what is the basicity of acetic acid? Is nothing but 1. Understood or not? Now what is meant by basicity? Now we can come to acidity. What is meant by acidity? For a base only we will find out acidity. Example, what is meant by base? Already we have discussed last class. OH minus ion. How many OH minus ions are present? Understood or not? Okay, so what is meant by base? OH minus ion. Then what is meant by acidity? Number of replaceable OH minus ion present in that base is called as an acidity. Okay, example, sodium hydroxide. What is the formula for sodium hydroxide? NaOH. In NaOH, how many OH groups are present? Only one OH group is present. That also replaceable OH group. Understand? So what is the acidity of sodium hydroxide? 1. Why? Because of presence of one OH group in NaOH. What is meant by acidity? Number of OH minus ion present in an acid. That is called as in what we are saying? Acidity. Understood? Number of OH minus ion present in that base is called as in what? Acidity. So what is the acidity of sodium hydroxide? 1. Because in sodium hydroxide only one OH group is present. So acidity of sodium hydroxide is 1. Understood? Now we can come how to find out the gram equivalent mass of an acid. Gram equivalent mass of an base. Gram equivalent mass of an oxidizing agent. One by one we can discuss. Now listen, gram equivalent mass of an acid is equal to molar mass of that acid divided by basicity of an acid. We want to find out gram equivalent mass of any acid, which will be equal to what is the molecular mass of an acid divided by basicity of an acid. Molecular mass means already now only we have discussed, isn't it? How you will calculate the molecular mass? Molecular mass is calculated by adding. Understand what I am saying? By adding all the relative atomic mass of atoms or ions present in that. Understood? So that is called as in what? Molecular mass. So gram equivalent mass of an acid is equal to molecular mass of an acid divided by basicity of an acid. What is the molecular mass of that sulfuric acid? 98. Divided by what is the basicity of an acid? 2. Why? Because in sulfuric acid there are 2 hydrogen atoms are present. The 2 hydrogen atoms also replaceable hydrogen atom. So what is the basicity of sulfuric acid? 2. So gram equivalent mass of sulfuric acid is equal to molar mass of an acid. That is nothing but what they are saying. Molar mass of an acid is nothing but 98 gram divided by what is the basicity of an acid. Basicity means what? We have to find it for acid only basicity, and then for base acidity. Okay, now what is that? We have to find out basicity. So because what is the basicity of what is the sulfuric acid? Basicity of sulfuric acid is 2 because in sulfuric acid there are totally 2 replaceable hydrogen atoms are present. Okay, then what is the molecular mass of sulfuric acid? 98. 98. How you will calculate molecular mass of sulfuric acid? In sulfuric acid there are 2 hydrogen atom, 1 sulfur, 4 oxygen. So 2 into 1 plus 1 into 32 plus 4 into 16, which will be equal to what they are saying? 98. So sulfuric acid gram equivalent mass is equal to 98 divided by what is the basicity of sulfuric acid? 2. So 98 divided by 2, which will be equal to 45 gram equivalent minus 1 or gram per equivalent. Okay, understood? Next one, how we can find out the gram equivalent mass of a base? Gram equivalent mass of a base is equal to similarly how we have discussed in acid, same way only. Gram equivalent mass of a base is equal to molecular mass of that base divided by acidity of that base. Understood? So molecular mass of that base divided by acidity of that base. Example, gram equivalent mass of sodium hydroxide we want to find out means molecular mass of that sodium hydroxide divided by acidity of that sodium hydroxide. So molecular mass of sodium hydroxide is equal to 40 divided by what is the acidity of a base? Acidity of a base is nothing but number of replaceable OH minus ion present on that base. Understand or not? Okay, so acidity of the base is nothing but 1 only because sodium hydroxide is replaceable, and what is that? That is nothing but OH minus replaceable. So molecular mass of a base divided by acidity of a base, which will be equal to 1 sodium atom, 1 oxygen, 1 hydrogen. So what is the molecular mass of sodium hydroxide? 40 divided by what is the acidity of a base? Only 1 OH minus ion present in sodium hydroxide. So divided by 1 is equal to 40 gram per equivalent. Understood? Next, same way, how to calculate gram equivalent mass of an oxidizing agent. Gram equivalent mass of an oxidizing agent. Gram equivalent mass of an oxidizing agent is defined as the number of moles of electrons gained or lost by 1 mole of the reagent during the redox reaction. So during the redox reaction, how many number of moles of electrons gained or otherwise lost, okay, by 1 mole of the reagent during redox reaction. Understand? So KMnO4 is an oxidizing agent. So it will help for the other substance to oxidize, but it will be reduced. Understand or not? Okay. So what is the molecular mass of KMnO4? Molecular mass of KMnO4 is 158. Gram equivalent mass of an oxidizing agent is nothing but number of moles of electrons gained or lost by 1 mole of the reagent during the redox reaction. Okay, so molar mass of the oxidizing or reducing agent divided by number of moles of electrons gained or lost by 1 mole of the oxidizing agent or reducing agent. Understand or not? Okay, so molar mass of KMnO4 is nothing but 158 gram per mole. Understood? In the equation, if you take means permanganate will be nothing but what is that? Permanganate anion means MnO4 minus. Understand or not? So the electrons will be loss is nothing but what? Number of electron equal to 5. So gram equivalent mass of KMnO4 is equal to 158 divided by 5, which will be equal to 31.6 gram per equivalent. Understood? Questions for your assignment.